Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to do something I haven't tried before. I'm going to kind of do an art project that's inspired by a stone. So I love this shell. I have this shell I got as a present, and it has some stones in it. And I got this tiger's eye, which if my camera, it likes to focus on my face when I have it on video. I'm not gonna do it. Well, there's this very blurry tiger's eye, and I got pulled to that. Let me just get my focus. And I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but it felt right to pick it up, and it felt right to create this diamond. So I did start a little bit. And now I'm just gonna move the camera so you can see. Okay, so took a little bit of finessing, but here's the tiger's eye from before. And if you're seeing this, there may be a reason why this has come to you. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a funny little artsy thing, I guess. This Sharpie isn't very good. While also perhaps channeling a message. Although, if I am to do that, I don't think this is a, if you've watched like kind of videos before, it doesn't feel like a message in the way that I necessarily say something to you. Maybe it's just that it comes as I draw. I don't really know. I have used art as a way to find messages about myself before. Actually, I do kind of want to show you that. What I've done in the past is I just get, I guess, called, although I've never really thought about it that way, to sit down and just do art. But then I don't think of it as like, oh, I'm doing art with a specific thing in mind. It's like it's usually markers, but sometimes it's pencil crowns. Some sort of colored things for sure. And I'll just get like moved to use certain colors and then move to make certain shapes, and I don't really know what I'm drawing as I'm drawing it, but afterwards I see things like, subconscious things are pulled from my own thoughts, like a self-reflection tool. But also it's a way for me to kind of connect to myself and also connect to spirit. You don't have to do that, of course, but art is a really great tool for finding ways to understand yourself. And sometimes when we just let ourselves be pulled in the direction we want to go without really questioning or trying to control it, it's a really nice way to learn things or to see things differently. Or like personally, I love tarot. I know that's not for everybody, but it started out for me to be like this way to self-reflect, and as I got more into it, it was something that is sometimes a little eerie, but honestly a lot of the times I just like to see what comes out and observe and self-reflect. And I personally love self-reflecting. For me, that's a big way in how I experience life. It's maybe you do that too, but to me self-reflection is like this beautiful way to realize who we really are. Alright, so I got like this kind of diamond shape, and now gonna go get some of my colored markers. I got these. These are just from the dollar store. $5 though, so dollar plus store. And they're just like these kind of acrylic markers. Oops. And they're paint. And I like them. Oh, I hit a little stone away. I feel like before we start with some colors, I mean, I say that, but I'm also seeing where to draw. So maybe I'll just do that a little bit. Oh, and I've forgotten. I'm just gonna go what I see right now. That feels right. I used to be this huge perfectionist. For anything. And like, you know, this oh, you can't really see that, sorry. This unevenness here in the corner. It's actually like, it does bother me because I'd be like, no, gotta be perfect. But when I did it, I was like, I know at this point that it's not about making things exact, because when you have something and it's really yours, actually when it's not even yours, like you can look at other people's stuff and the artist will always see the imperfections that other people won't necessarily. And so I'm just bringing this over. Because I've noticed when I look at other people's, they're like, oh, this and oh, that. And I'm like, I don't even see what you're talking about. I don't even, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that is really cool. Or like, if I'm looking at their stuff and I never noticed anything about it, but I'm looking at it long enough, I do see sometimes how like things are uneven or just not quite the same, but it's not like, and it's just an observational sort of thing. And I noticed how that wasn't even something I paid attention to, and yet I thought the painting, the drawing, whatever it might be, was really cool. And so then it kind of makes me think about my own art, because I'm someone who used to look at my art and be like, oh, this is wrong about it, and this is wrong about it, and this is wrong. And let me just zoom out a little bit here. And I don't do that so much anymore, because why, you know? Stand is finicky, and if I'm not careful, it shall fall. And the other thing too that I really enjoy is I've gotten used to making art and really allowing my art to be what it is. I like how I did this slanted thing. Short on that side, long on that side. Short on the inside, long on the outside. What I really like is that I've since kind of trying to work on my perfectionism and all that. There are times when I make these mistakes, obviously, always. And before I would hyperfixate so much. And like not even move on with the rest of the piece, whatever, you know, it is at the time, because that one thing needs to be like perfect. And one of them that I can really remember right now is I was doing this kind of like Funko Pop style. I don't think I was trying to make a Funko Pop, but it definitely was that sort of kind of thing. And sorry, Sometimes I'm bad at multitasking. And I was doing his, like, it's not his armor, but his outfit or whatever. And trying to get, like, the belts and the dimensions of it. And, like, I can't even tell you how much time I spent trying to get those details right and looking perfect. And it's just not fun, when you do that. Oh my god. Oops. Oh. So what I was saying is, like, I've noticed, like, I'll make these mistakes, and rather than, like, like, busting my ass to try to make it perfect, I've worked with it instead. And I've come up with some really cool designs because I didn't let what I thought, or perceived as a mistake. This one is kind of bothering me. I mean, that's the thing, like, just because you get better at perfectionism doesn't mean you don't have new ways you sometimes get challenged. But if we keep going, you'll see. You work with mistakes you make, and it is really not all that bad when it comes down to it. It really isn't. Because at the end of the day, you make something, and then if you let yourself be part of the process rather than fighting it, you get something really beautiful. So we've got this little border going, which I dig. And I kind of want to do some tarot or oracle, so I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And I've got some stuff. I kind of want to do this. So this is a oracle deck with different animals. And I think we're going to pull a card before we keep going. So, whoever's present here with me watching this video, what is something we can hear? Oh, sacred boundary. I think I want to take this one out too. Quantum jump. Actually, I think, yeah. Ooh, I like this. So sacred boundaries. Ooh, and I think what would be cool is if we kind of talk about it as we continue to draw, and maybe something will come together. So we've got this card, sacred boundaries, with the tiger. So maybe there's been something that you are coming into or changing the way that you go about some stuff. Like maybe you are no longer allowing certain energies in as you did before. I feel like a lot of healing. So if you resonate, there might have been a lot of healing you've done, and it doesn't feel like boundaries. Sometimes when we attempt to create boundaries, we go the cutting off kind of cold, like cold approach, not meaning to say it's that you're trying to be cold or tough or mean, but sometimes, at least I can say for myself, there were times when I was just like, I don't really know how to heal or separate myself from the problem. I just know that this environment isn't healthy for me and I need to leave it, right? So I have kind of left group, like a friend group, or out of contact. I did not like it. It wasn't to like punish anyone. It was just like, I know I'm not going to do what I need to do for myself if I stay here. But this kind of is feeling like maybe we are moving into something that's more soft and gentle and understanding, and like, not because like we're trying to do that with other people, but we're doing that with ourselves. We're learning how to move through things in a more gentle and confident way. And it's allowing us to move through situations with, it's funny, like more charisma is what the word came. It's not, I don't think that's the right word I'm trying to use. Maybe just gentleness, like a softness, a knowing of our power, our worth, and less like, I'm suffocating or drowning, or it's so overwhelming, I need to do something kind of immediate, or like very, that kind of thing we're talking about. Now it's just like, I know what I need to do for myself. I don't even need to bring anyone else or push anyone else out for it. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And because this is feeling like a really positive, sacred way of knowing what you need to do. That took a little bit, but there's that. And then we've got Quantum Jump, and to me this feels similar, because learning things it means we do things differently, right? And by doing things differently, we grow, we heal, we mature, we change. And this really does feel like those things are happening as well. That you or we are all learning how to do something differently, and it's leading to greater change, maybe more magnificent change. I kind of like how this blue here is similar to the blue in the corners. In the tiger's eye, I had these papers when I got these crystals. But we're, tiger actually though. Cool. Maybe at the end, or at one point I'm using my phone to film, unfortunately, so I can't do a quick search, but actually 1 second. Alright, so I did a quick Google search, and tiger's eye is a variety of quartz, which I didn't know, and it is believed to enhance confidence, clarity, and protection, and that seems awesome, because we were literally talking about that. Protecting ourselves with clarity and confidence. It's perfect and awesome. Alright, so let's get back to this drawing. Actually, I said that, but it is steamy. I remembered I wanted to show you one of the drawings I remember that I did, which was just an intuitive way. So let me just find that real quick. Oh, I've done it in pencil too, actually. There's one in here for that. But I love doing it in color. To me, that's like, well, it's just pretty and stuff. And colors have meaning too, and there you go. Alright, so keep in mind it's not like meant to be a picture of anything. It's really just like an intuitive kind of scribbling. But this is what I drew, and I had, like, it was actually kind of fun to draw this, because as I would draw things, I'd be like, oh, this looks like this, and this feels like this, but it was like I was discovering it as I was drawing it, and it's fun. So like I have here, like this felt like I have anxiety, and this was a while ago, this is a couple years ago, but anyways. This is like my anxiety turns into strength, because that's what it felt like. This was like the sea of my creativity. And I have a boat here. And like this felt like my growth. See like how they felt like leaves and stuff like that. So like I'll be drawing and just feeling it, and I'm like letting myself be moved to the colors, to the shapes, to the drawing. And then sometimes as I go through it, I'm like, oh, this feels like that. And other times it's like I look at it once I'm done, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a story here. And it's like kind of tarot in a way, you know? I'm interpreting signs, symbols of my own drawing. So I love doing stuff like that. Actually, I'm gonna do red first. To me, it's like, well, it's therapeutic. And very peaceful. I'm glad you guys have decided to join me here. Hopefully, it's just feeling like a kind of cozy hangout. Let's add blue. Ooh, I'm feeling like doing kind of... Oh, I'm getting in my head. One sec. It is definitely kind of different to do this. With the camera and stuff like that, because it's usually just me and my little vibe, and now I'm kind of trying to do something different, so always like a little bit of awkwardness or adjustment when you're trying something new. I'm feeling like there's another message that wants to come out. So once I finish this little thing here, get ourselves another card. I can tell it's from a different deck too. I hope anyone staying around is resonating, because it's kind of funny if you're not into cards and I'm pulling cards. Oh, sorry. So yeah, this is the Moonology deck. Another Oracle deck. This one I've been using a lot for myself because I've just been feeling it, and it's funny, like in the last month and a half, like this happens and like certain time periods bring out certain cards, and like it doesn't matter what day or what reading, there's just sometimes these certain cards that fall out, and that's where I have like a trust kind of built up with it. So doing kind of a collective read here. What is something that someone needs to hear? Who's here? Hear who's here. Wow, I am not really acting. I don't make puns, but I'm making a pun. Oh, cute. We got the law of attraction. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can multitask, because I would love to keep drawing for us as I talk. It will be a kind of fun way to challenge myself to do something like that. Multitask. So, no, I can't. I literally can only... Okay, let me see. I'll give it a better shot. So the Law of Attraction, I think, is actually a really interesting card, because we're talking about boundaries before, right? And the Quantum Leap. Oh, you know what? I can feel a story building. This is really nice. This feels really good. The Law of Attraction coming out when we're talking about boundaries, the kind of sacred boundaries that come from us feeling, that come from a place of feeling more confident in who we are. Because it's no longer just placing those boundaries. It comes from like a place of empowerment more than self-preservation. Yep, that's what I was definitely trying to say before. And we've got the quantum jump, meaning now there's new things being created from a more sacred place with ourselves. And then we got the Law of Attraction, and that just feels like a perfect pairing, honestly. Like, yes, we're coming into this new kind of understanding of ourselves. And that means new things and new people. And honestly, don't we deserve that? I'm not saying to have these new people like replaced by any means the people who have or are in your life. I don't think it's really ever about that. But, you know, we are people who are ever growing and ever changing. right? And I think that means, sorry, I need to put my glasses on. I think that means that we need people to continue that growth and change with us. Like, not everybody stays on our entire journey, and if you're someone who's suffering with that, like, believe me, I understand how uncomfortable and painful that can be. But I think if you are here with the sacred boundaries, I think you're also changing the relationship that you have and the way that you see, like, losing people. It's less, potentially, uncomfortable as it used to be. Because maybe before it was heavy, painful, hard, and you maybe felt really down about it. And now you're feeling like maybe more peace or serenity, potentially even. Like, maybe you don't feel like it's as hard to lose people as it used to be. I'm sure if you're at this point with the sacred boundaries, you have probably had your own share of difficult times and difficult ways in which you've had to assert your own boundaries, right? That's how you're here now. I'm using these more markers from the dollar store. I think these are alcohol ones. Oh, we've got a dog. Shit. What was it saying? I don't remember. We'll get back to it though. But I know we were talking about, like, the boundaries and losing people and maybe coming to a place where we're becoming more, can we say, comfortable with flaws? Probably feels weird to hear that as it does to say it if you're like me. But it's just like, oh yes, we're talking about this. We understand now that there are people who come and go, and it's not punishment or, you know, because it means something about us. It's just the growth, and when we grow, new people tend to come in. And I mean, look at this card though. It's so happy and positive. To me, that there's no, like, oh, you're about to attract some more. I don't know. Maybe, like, there will be some times where it's a bit rocky, but it doesn't feel heavy. This feels very empowering still, kind of, with this card. Like, there's even kind of similar. I know they're not the same card by any mean, but we've got these colors and stripes, and we kind of have that going on with this color too. So it feels kind of like an empowering way that new people are coming in. They're going to keep helping us be empowered. Yeah. I really like this for us. I'm going to pull out one more card, this time a tarot card. And I think that will be the last one. Let me just tidy this up a bit. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to do a tarot. This one is from Tarot of Divine. This one is really cool. So it's inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from across the world. And I'm somebody who loves mythology, so this deck is really cool because it honestly teaches me new folklore and mythology, because there's so many places that have them. So we're gonna. That's very fast and immediate. Shall we take it? I think I hear a yes, so we will. Oh, sorry, that's such a good card. Oh, this makes me want to cry for us. Guys, it's a 10 of Cups. Oh, yeah, this is such a good vibe. I want to read it for you guys because it's in the mythology. We can learn about it. And for anyone who doesn't know tarot, and is here because they're kind of open to that, learning, this will be a great little time to learn about the Ten of Cups. It's colored too, isn't it pretty? Ten of Cups represents true emotional and spiritual fulfillment. After many hard trials, Mjolnir finds a happy, loving husband and has a child. Her brother rises from the sea, which often represents the subconscious, to congratulate her and celebrate her newfound life. Harmony, reunions, security, domestic bliss, and found family, guys. Look at this card. Look at all of this, guys. This is awesome. I am very, I want to say proud, but proud feels like there's, I think, a better way almost to say proud, but I hope I hope you feel proud about it, because to be honest, guys, I think we've all been through a lot. Like, you don't get to places that are filled with beautiful things without sometimes going through trials first, and that is just how sometimes things are. Ooh, I have an idea for this. Ooh. So I'm gonna keep trying to talk, but I got really excited. Okay. Because yeah, we've been through it, guys. We've been through it. We have been through it, and look at us go. We are doing our heckin' best. We're doing things, and we're doing it well, and we're doing it amazing, and things are gonna come. Do you see the vision? Things are gonna come for us. That sounds like a threat, but I think it's a promise and a good one. Where's the little blue? Okay, I'm just gonna do this a little bit, and then I'm gonna finish the around stuff, and then come back to finish this. So, you see the vision? There'll be more. Honestly though, guys, I feel really happy about it. Like, about all this here. Like, I think that's really great. Really, really awesome. I am so excited for us to find that. Oh, this is a little difficult. There we go. So, to kind of reiterate, we started with the tiger's eye. That was the one I felt pulled to make, or yeah, pulled to take. And kind of felt like making a diamond, so I did that too. And then we took out some 2 cards, and they were pretty positive, talking about sacred boundaries and quantum jump. Law of Attraction came out next. And then, of course, the Ten of Cups, which is a really positive card. It's really lovely. For anyone who's new to cards, tarot does have reverse meanings as well. Sometimes I get tripped up by them, because I feel like, oh no, it's just bad, but it's not. And sometimes, actually, the reversed position is more positive. Then the upright, it depends on the card. But they're just different messages. That's really all it is. And if anyone is wondering what tarot cards to start with, I would love to make that its own video, because I love tarot. I have a couple on my own. It's been a journey. I started reading when I was 18. And like I said, I know there can be sometimes a hesitantness, like maybe it's bad, but or you know, don't know what it means, or maybe you don't believe in like the kind of mysticism behind it, but like I said, I don't think you need to, because to me it's a wonderful self-reflective tool, and I do believe in a bit of the mysticism attached to that, but that's just because I feel very connected to things being connected, and that doesn't mean that you need to have that kind of adopt that kind of relationship to it too. Oh, this feels really good. This feels awesome to do. Whee! Look at us. Look at all the rainbows coming from us. That's what it feels like. Just freaking. Try not to swear a lot, but just good old freaking rainbows coming from us, because we are that great. We are amazing to have come this far in our journeys, and I think that's pretty freaking cool. Yep. Wow. So this feels about done. I do want to add, I have one good and one not so good. These are Sharpies, but they're like the metallic ones, and one of them doesn't work so well anymore. I don't know, kind of, oh, spoilers. I'm Canadian. I think this is the one that's kind of, it's hard to tell. Excuse you. I want to do like little gold dots. Beep, boop. Because it's like a confetti. Alright. I kind of made it a little darker than it. That's okay. I do want to put some yellow here. Ooh, and pink. Oops. Yeah. I wanted that kind of show a little bit more. Ooh, the paper is getting kind of soft. That feels good. So yeah, this has been your reading. I'm gonna finish by interpreting our photo. I do kind of want to add more, but I'm someone who kind of works on things, like usually I kind of come back to things. Maybe there'll be an extended, or I might not do that for this specific one. I think this is kind of good as it is. I'll interpret it for us, but if I kind of feel like I should share it, I will, and kind of make it into an extended. We'll see. So how I see this is I'm seeing threes, literally here, which was just kind of like the design in my head. I didn't really think about it too much. And as I was saying that, I looked over at the cards, and we do have threes. Because we have 43, 36, and then we have 3 people in here. And I'm kind of somebody who's a bit new and a little unfamiliar Just readjusting myself.
Uh-huh.
I'm not super like familiar with all the numerology things, but there are threes. So if that's significant to you and means something, it's here and present. If you feel it's relevant, just like adjust this again. Oop. There's like it's kind of interesting because we have like this kind of spiky, swirly, and this feels like really electrical. And then this feels steady. Oh, I do not have everything in frame. There we go. So as I was saying, like this feels really electrical, but this feels really steady. So it's like, ooh. It's making me feel like there's this kind of, like, how was it, cosmic electricity, like this charge and electric and like it could be chemistry, it could be electric change, it could be spark, something that's sparky. It feels like a good kind of static almost. I'm shaking the camera away from being in a good spot. Come on, you. But at the same time is that there's this kind of very electric, almost sharp kind of energy. You also have this very stable building energy. So I would say that this, I'm going to say transformation or alignment or this new kind of chapter, at the very least, like it is cool. I think like you've got this new electricity, something between electricity and chemistry, as well as a stable building energy. So new things are coming for sure. And while it may be exciting and maybe almost feeling like, you know when you're so excited you almost feel anxious, because they're a very fine line, I think, between those two emotions. So even though you have this really kind of like exciting, energetic sort of feelings or energies that are around you that are coming in, you also have this stability, this sereneness, because that's what this feels like to me. This feels like very steady, building kind of, like there's this and there's like that, and they're like a nice meet, where you can be excited and enjoy it, because it's not all excitement, because novelty, excitement, they're great, but they can be a lot, which I think is why it can feel almost like too much. But I think there's some really cool stuff coming, guys, because I wish I could properly say it. I don't really know. You've got this tiger's eye, so remember this is about protection, clarity, and confidence. And that's what's bringing around all of this. And bringing some new stuff, guys, that are going to be electrifying, but also building you into a new future that is stable and strong. Yeah. And it's glittery, and I think you're gonna really enjoy whatever's gonna come. So this has been this. I don't really know what to call it yet. I guess I could call it a reading for now. I'm really happy that you guys have joined me. This is a long video. But yeah. See you in the next one.